You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. I would like to take this opportunity to pay homage to my big screen TV in the living room that officially died on the weekend.
Oh, crapped out on you?
Dude, it was so weird. So I'm sitting there, and I've had this TV for about almost 5 years. So it is getting to the point where you might expect it to stop working. But me and the kids are watching just like a YouTube video where they're kind of dunking on weird breakfast food from the States. And all of a sudden it looked like a video effect as this like black, almost like cloud kind of crept from the left side to the right side until it went fully
like a
black.
star swipe kind of thing? Yeah.
But I could still hear everything they were talking about. And I was like, that's a really weird effect. So I went to rewind it to watch it again. It wasn't an effect.
Oh, man. Our TV is kind of doing the same thing. We've got one of those. I don't even think they've made them in 5 years. We've got one of those curved TVs.
Oh, yeah.
In the left side, it's like I was watching a baseball game and same thing. I was like, oh, it's really dark in that one part of the stadium.
Oh.
And then I've realized it's slowly creeping in now.
Dude, and you know what? Like, I'm not happy about it. I understand, though, that this is how they make TVs now. They're kind of made to fail, so you have to go buy another one. TV shopping sucks. There's so many options out there, and even you go online. Like, I'm a kind of person, I like to do a little bit of research before I go spend a lot of money on something. The internet tells you like 15 to 20 different things about each TV. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, and just in general, like all the stuff they tell you about each TV is just a bunch of bullshit anyway. They're like, this one's 8K, and you're like, is that even a thing? Like,
apparently we're on the 8Ks. If you've got 10 grand lying around, you can see every nostril hair your favorite actor has ever had.
And I get sales guys are going to sales guy, but you go to Best Buy or something, and they're like, the blues on this are fantastic. The reds? Oh, wait till you see the greens.
The number of times, like, the blacks on this TV. You'll never watch a horror movie on any other TV. The bad guy just slips right into the darkness.
They're trying to describe color to you like you're a dog and you can't see.
Like, you have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. So, and now, because I will say it's a decent size. I think it's like a 70-inch TV because it was a big living room, right? I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Ooh, can we smash it?
We might have to.
Can we smash it?
But even then, after you smash it, then where do we take it?
Oh, yeah, true. Right? To the dump, I guess, yeah.
If you can get me a truck to haul this thing, we should smash it.
Yeah. Dude, could we throw it off the parking lot here?
Oh.
Much music style like they used to with the Christmas trees?
The city might have something to say about it. But we do it at 4 a.m.
Listen, brother, I've seen people do worse stuff in our parking lot before.
Did this podcast intro just become evidence?
As long as we don't hit one of the people that sleeps down below in the parking lot, we're fine.
And hey, listen, if you work in law enforcement and you hear about a smashed TV downtown, no, you fucking didn't, right?
Like I said, worse things going on downtown than us smashing a TV. That's just a regular day in the neighborhood, honestly, brother.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Fair season is upon us. Lots of fall fairs coming up soon. Down in the States, they've got all their state fairs going on right now. And I think we need to add this event to our upcoming fall fair. The husband calling contest. Have you seen this before?
Oh, it's like calling them in for dinner, right?
Yeah. So at the Iowa State Fair, they've been doing this for years, and basically it's exactly what Dalby just said. They have ladies compete for a $5 prize, by the way. The winner gets $5.
Big money.
And whoever calls their husband in for dinner best gets that $5 like this.
Yeah! Let's get in the car.
Dude, it is amazing. There's like 15 different women that competed this year, and like, I don't know, it must have been tough to pick a winner.
Dominic! Where is the anti pass that we had for the Zakeo celebration? Dominic!
My favorite was this older lady here. She calls out for her husband, Irving, by the way, is his name. Listen to this.
Hold your ears. Irving!
She's got some lungs on her.
Damn! I like the follow-up, just in case he didn't hear the first time.
Yeah.
Irving.
Apparently, the contest is judged by the crowd that you get gathered around you.
Sure.
How unique the call is, how loud the call is, and if you can get people to laugh as well, too. Right?
I think, yeah, it's definitely not meant to be taken too seriously, but it is funny to think that, like, she's on the 18th second of saying the word Irving, and everybody's laughing and clapping and having a great time. And somewhere off at a mini donut stand at the fair, Irving is just like, oh, no.
It's just instantly triggered. Dude, they should honestly have a two-parter of this. They should have the wife calling the husband contest.
Yeah.
And they should have a husband muttering contest.
Oh, what does she want?
What does she want?
Give me just 10 seconds apiece.
Yeah. Something like that.
Irving should have a chance to earn his own $5 is what we're saying.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Moms calling kids contest would really just be moms calling kids cell phones and them looking at it and not answering. And then just that over and over again.
A passive-aggressive voicemail contest?
Exactly. You better pick up this phone.
You know what,
Followed by
Ashley,
a text.
as a mom, if there was to be a mom Olympics, what events would be in there?
Oh, man, just hurdling kids' clothes, like basically getting around their rooms to pick up dishes, I guess. How many dishes can you pick up in one hurdle? I don't know. That sounds
You could
about
have
right.
like number of objects plus total weight carried
Yeah.
while also holding a toddler up a flight of stairs.
Yeah, watch out for the Lego.
Oh, the 50-meter Lego dash?
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be a good one.
A
How far
lost
can
and
you get
found
that?
event. Moms must find up to 5 items in a certain time frame.
Oh, yeah, there's like a timer going. Oh, that's a good one. I would get the gold medal for that.
762-555. We might be onto something here. If there was a mom Olympics, what events would be in there?
I'm also just talking about like having like toys piled up and stuff like that. What's that thing they do in the rodeo? The barrel race?
Oh.
But you've got to rip around different piles of toys, picking stuff up and get back to the start line.
Yeah. I think you got to have a death stare contest in there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of
yeah.
the same thing with that like husband calling contest. You just have like a bunch of different moms get up on stage and you get them to hold it for like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah. What's that contest where it's the kids, you have to use the stick to keep the pig walking in a straight line?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like that, but it's a rowdy kid just like doing whatever they want, and then parent doing the death stare. And the faster the kid catches the stare and calms down, the better your score.
I think the judges have to be kids. You have like 5 kids sitting there, and based on how much they cry or get scared,
they spin around like that dramatic chipmunk from the old internet meme. And,
Yeah.
and they give their stare to the kids. It's like the scene in Zoolander, except instead of Magnum, it's just, I swear to God, I will turn this car around.
yeah, best threat, honestly.
Yeah,
Best threat could work pretty well.
Like a 15-second open mic of just like, tell these kids what you're going to do if they don't smarten up.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everybody's just going, oh my God.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got this call from friend of the show, Steve, earlier. Here's what he said.
Well, an excellent event for the Mom Olympics would be the telephone answer personality switch. From when she's just about ready to choke you out to, oh, hello, yes, I'm so glad you called. And you look at her like, what the hell just happened? And then you try to escape.
But I always thought it was really impressive when my mom could go from like, we're walking down the hall to the parent-teacher conference, and she is just like, this better go on.
Hi!
Exactly. It's a full body change, man. It's crazy.
Yes, and there's also the related event of the walking through the shopping center, talking nicely to her friend while she's choking you out from the back of your neck.
Honestly, I think every mom deserves like an Emmy or an Oscar just for like that.
Or medication.
Yeah, you said it. We did. I think it's crazy how like we're able to do that as people, and I mean, I think moms do it really well. I think anyone who works in like kitchens, like as a server, that server voice is 100% a real thing.
Oh, absolutely. Like, that's the thing, right? Someone's going to come up to your table and be like, hey, how's everybody doing today? Just want to let you know my name. Here's the specials.
Nobody's that excited to work at Kelsey's.
If I talk to you outside the parking lot afterwards and we're just talking about the day, there's no way that's what your voice sounds
Dude,
like.
catch your server on a smoke break.
Yeah.
That's their real voice.
Hey there, was just wondering if anybody had a lighter I could borrow. God, I hate our boss. Isn't he just the worst?
Can we just give a round of applause to anyone that has to work in customer service in general that has to put on that fake BS voice for like 8 hours a day?
Dude, it's almost like having an alternate personality. Like, it's not even just the voice. Like, you stand up a little straighter because you don't want anyone to think that you're slacking off. And you have a bit more of a smile on your face.
You probably haven't pronounced words as well as you have doing those jobs. Like,
dude, it's either working customer service or ordering at a drive-thru where you're just like, this speaker sucks and I need to say every letter of every syllable of every word or they're going to get my order wrong.
To be honest, working on the other side of the drive-thru is the only time you really don't need customer service voice.
Yeah. Oh my God. The number of times I've gone to a fast food place, you hit the drive-thru and the person's just like, yep. You're like, what? Imagine going into, say, a McDonald's, walking up to the counter, and the person standing there is just like, yup. Only in the drive-thru can you have that personality.
Because you can't see any face.
That's right.
That's exactly it.
You are perfectly hidden from the customer.
I think everybody does that from time to time. 762-555. What are moments in life where you have to kind of change your voice, where you have to bring out the showbiz, the customer service voice, if
Put on
you will.
a little song and dance for the people.
I'm just saying, if you talk to a stripper after her shift, she's not talking to you in the same tone that she was talking to you at the Sundowner, brother. I guarantee you that one.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got a text in here at 762-555. It says, everybody always changes their voice when their buddy brings around their new girlfriend.
Oh, absolutely, right? Because listen, that's my friend, and I want him to be happy, so I'm going to try and make a decent impression on this person.
Some guys, all of a sudden, you're like, you never talk like this. Why are you trying to be all Mr. Cool right now? What's going on here?
Why are you churching it up a little bit?
Yeah.
What's that hot rod where the new girl comes to the group and he's like, my name's Rod and I like to party. It's like, no, you don't. What?
But even a few other people said, like, when you're meeting your girlfriend or your boyfriend's parents for the first time, that's a whole politician kind of voice.
100%. You feel like you're on the campaign trail, and you see it when you watch, especially like right now in the States where the whole election going on there.
Yeah.
Where they'll show up at like public events. That's you at Thanksgiving dinner going, hey, put her there, pal. Nice to meet you. Oh, what a pleasure. Heard so much great stuff about you. Can't wait to be coming around more often.
You're acting like everything that everyone's saying to you is so intriguing and cool.
Oh my God, that's so fascinating. Why don't you tell me more about that?
You've never been more engaged in a conversation in your life than talking to your girlfriend's dad for the first time.
Yeah, and your eyes are a little too wide, if we're being honest. You don't have to look that into it.
Yeah.
You could be a normal person for
It's kind of like how everyone has a certain voice that when they talk to dogs, right? Like everyone it's the same way that you talk to a baby, but also the same way that like some people talk to old people as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That is true.
Right? Everyone does it, like whether it's your, who's a good boy? Who's a good baby? Hey, Grandpa.
Yeah. Did you win the bridge game today with your friends?
You either talk to like some older people like you do dogs, or you talk to them like this.
That you just made the assumption that not only are they hard of hearing, but they don't have their aids in today. And you just need to make sure... Hi, I wanted to say hi to you. It's also how some people talk. If you find out someone speaks another language,
you feel like if you talk louder, they're going to understand you better for some reason.
If I just speak really slow and direct and for some reason loud, this person who doesn't speak a lick of English will suddenly understand what I'm trying to tell them.
Yeah.
Like they'll just magically get it through osmosis.
I think my favorite is we all kind of switch up our voices anytime that you're ever going to talk to a cop. Like if you get pulled over, all of a sudden you're the most prim, proper kind of guy.
Yeah. Your spine sort of aligns a little bit more. It's the ultimate chiropractic experience.
Especially when people are drunk and they're talking to cops. Like,
well, hello, officer. How are you this evening?
They're trying to do it even more, but they're trying to be professional while they're slurring. Like,
I can't say that I do know why you pulled me over, sir. I believe I was operating my automobile correctly.
It's like watching an underage kid try and buy booze.
That's when they try and find what little base they have. They're like, hello, fellow adults. I would like to purchase some alcohols, please.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Did you see there is a new burger entering the landscape today?
No, where at?
McDonald's is doing something called the Big Arch.
The Big Arch? What's that supposed to
It honestly
do?
just looks like a fancier version of the Big Mac. It's got white processed cheese. I almost called it cheddar. Legally, I don't think they're allowed to do that. Crispy onions and some new tangy big arch sauce, but it is the double patty. I guess it's missing the bread in the middle.
Arch sauce?
Yeah, whatever that is. Like, they're very hush-hush about what it is, but I guess they tested it in a couple places across Canada.
I got a photo of it here, and you're right. Yeah, it kind of just looks like what a Big Mac's supposed to look like.
Right.
Like the bigger patties.
It feels like what you used to get when you bought a Big Mac. Like
Yeah.
what your money used to get you.
Yeah, and I mean, didn't they just have like the Grand Mac? Wasn't that supposed to be like the big burger?
It feels like they run through these, the Arch Deluxe, the Big Mac, the Grand Mac, the Big Arch. Like, they're just randomly rolling
Yeah, is the
through.
Big Arch just kind of like bringing back the Arch Deluxe just with crispy onions? Is that what it is?
Honestly, I mean, if the sauce tastes the same as the old Arch Deluxe, then I take back any slanderous thing that I've said.
All I'm saying is hashtag we need to make Big Macs big again.
Absolutely. Like, it just feels like you get these burgers, and I mean, God help you if you go down from the Big Mac. You almost want to bring a scale into these fast food restaurants nowadays when they tell you you're getting a quarter pounder. Like, I'd like you to prove that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the quarter pound before we get to the transaction.
I've seen videos of people do that at restaurants where they'll bring in like little scales and weigh their steaks and stuff like that. Yeah.
See, and the problem with all that is because then the restaurant will just tell you, well, it's the pre-cook weight. Because meat always shrinks when you put it on the grill with like juices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're never quite sure. The only time I feel like we really caught these fast food or convenient food places was when people started measuring Subway sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
And they found out that they were not a foot long. What a scandal. Rocked the sandwich industry to its core.
I will say something about the burger game right now that's pissing me off. We need better bun to meat ratios.
Yes.
It's either one or the other. It's too meaty or it's too bunny, you know?
Yeah. And also, like, we need to stop making burgers vertical. That's another problem. Like, when you finally do get a patty that fits the bun, what do? They put another patty on it. Hey, why don't we make 3 of these things? Sure, I'll just unhinge my jaw at the table to try and take a bite from this
I'm
thing.
going to be honest with you, and I work there in high school, so I have a little bit of a bias,
Sure.
but the only one that does burgers like 100% right every time, it's Harvey's, man.
Well, that's because you get it your way.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh,
actually.
sorry.
That's what it is. It's your way is Burger King.
That's right. And they do not have bun to meat ratio down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too big. Sometimes it's too
That
small.
Whopper is a whopping load of crap, dude. That's what it is. Harvey's does it right, man. They put the cheese and bacon at the bottom, which is where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
The toppings on the top there. Mm-hmm. Burgers are always good. The bun to meat ratio is just fantastic.
And you know what I like about Harvey's? And maybe it is because they have that like Subway style of like, here's all our toppings and all our sauces, and you pick exactly what you want on there.
Yeah.
But Harvey's Burgers, and I should say we're not getting paid by them for this.
We should.
Harvey's Burgers are not pretentious. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Like, it's just, here's some ground beef that we grilled up and put some stuff on that you picked, and here's your burger.
It's on you if your burger sucks.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many places these days that are putting on a million, like this whole obsession with the crispy onions now. Just give me my burger.
They all fall off anyway.
That's right.
They fall off every single time I have crispy onions on a burger. I end up eating like 3 of them.
All you did was make my burger less structurally sound for this crispy onion to end up like garnish on my napkin wrapper.
Yeah.
I just want a regular burger. I don't want to mess around.
Harvey's is the only place where my burger actually like looks good when I get it. The rest of them just look like someone just like slammed it with their hand all the time.
You know what else I like about Harvey's though? Is judging other people. Because you can get in line, and I just had it the way I'm getting it custom built for me, but the person behind me, now they're starting to pick their toppings. I'm like, I would never.
Rookie mistake, dude.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
This one came in from Sean. Ketchup does not go on burgers unless it's a bad burger.
Ketchup doesn't belong on anything, honestly, in my opinion. I feel like ketchup is the thing that you use when you don't like the taste of something.
You have been a very outspoken opponent to ketchup over the years that we've been doing this show.
If you're over the age of 10 and you put ketchup on your burger, grow up, dude.
I will say that it's only in the last couple years that I have stopped putting ketchup on burgers I make at home. I mean, if they put it on when I'm at at a restaurant or a fast food place, I don't ask for no ketchup. But when I'm making burgers at home, it's only been recently that I've discovered, if I make these right, I don't need the ketchup.
If you want a little bit of tomato substance on your burger, what do? You put a tomato on your damn burger, okay?
Which everybody should. If you're not putting tomatoes on your burger.
I will say, some places got to figure out how they're cutting their tomatoes, though. Some are doing it way too thick, all right?
Yeah, it's this weird thing. And same with some of the onions now, where you get like a big, thick onion ring. Like, why are we doing this? Like, just a nice sliver for a little crunch, a little flavor. We're good.
The ratios are off, yeah.
We're stacking things like we're trying to build commercials or TV commercial burgers.
I think one of the biggest faux pas that is going on right now, in at least I'd say if you want to call it the gourmet burger game right now, is people putting beetroot. Like purple crap on there.
No.
You think it's onion from afar, and then you're like, why are you even doing this? It doesn't even really taste like anything.
Well, that's just it.
It tastes like dirt.
Who asked for this? Yeah, it makes it feel... that's what they'll tell you, right? Gives it a more earthen quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like dirt.
Yeah.
It tastes gross.
I also don't want spring mix or like anything like that on my burger. I just want like some iceberg lettuce.
Just a
romaine.
nice big slice of iceberg lettuce, or, maybe a couple of them. Don't give me shredded lettuce.
Burgers aren't supposed to be fancy.
Yeah.
Is I think the thing that we need to nip in the butt here today.
Right.
Is a burger is just supposed to be something, it's supposed to be greasy, it's supposed to be messy. It's not supposed to have like a general appeal to it, you know?
Not at all. Someone texted in about this, and I'm actually curious of your opinion on it. Have you seen the newest chicken burger from KFC?
The mac and cheese one?
With the pile of mac and cheese. I'm just looking at a picture.
Did that when I was 16.
It looks horrific.
Yeah.
What? I can't even imagine how messy this would be.
Oh, yeah. Spark a lefty, and like your brain will think of that before KFC ever did.
We gotta stop. We have to stop these fast food people. They're just committing crimes left and right.
There's so many restaurants that try and like do that like fancy stuff as like for toppings for burgers. Like I've seen Kraft Dinner before. I've even seen the poutine burger, and it's like, I don't know.
Someone texted in and said that there's a place that does like big pineapple wedges.
That's a hard no for me, dog.
And you know what? Because then they have the audacity to be like, it's an Aloha burger or a Hawaiian burger. It's like, I bet the people of Hawaii are very upset with you right now.
Absolutely.
For attributing this atrocity to their name.
What's next? You gonna put relish on a burger too?
Oh, relish. The way you feel about ketchup is how I feel about relish. It doesn't need to exist. If you want a pickle, eat a pickle.
Whenever
That's
I see someone put relish on anything, I'm like, you must really hate yourself.
You must not care for your mouth.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I think one thing we can all agree on is the fact that Oasis probably had some of the worst haircuts in all of rock and roll history.
Oh my God. When you see like fans in the crowd in old like Oasis videos trying to like copy the style, and it's like when you copy a copy that just keeps getting worse. It's like, why are we doing this?
Liam was way worse than Noel specifically. Like, I mean, they both had those weird little Beatles haircuts for a bit.
It was like a weird mix of like the Beatles bob mixed in with like, I put some product in my hair, but that was days ago and I haven't really showered yet.
I was glad to see in the promo photos they actually just have like normal haircuts right now.
Right. You can bring back the band. You do not have to bring back the style.
There was that moment like a few years ago where like Liam was looking like Lord Farquaad. That haircut he had going there for a bit. And he had that weird sideburns thing at one point.
Which like it's always weird when famous people have bad styles, because it's like people see you every day. Someone has to have told you with some honesty that you look bad.
I mean, I get it with like the rock star idea of like, oh, I don't care. I mean, like, what's it? Robert Smith of The Cure. His hair looks like it's a big giant dust bunny.
Sure,
but
yes,
that's kind of his
accurate.
gimmick. But I mean, like look at like Flock of Seagulls or whatever, right?
Right.
Like,
At some point, like, yeah, now we can look back and be like, what an iconic hairstyle, but nobody wants it. Nobody's trying to copy it.
Like Rod Stewart's never going to change because that's his look now, but he probably should. But even in general, like, I think the richest people always have the worst haircuts for some reason.
I mean, I have ragged it. I guess it's not necessarily a haircut, but I've ragged on John Cena countless times on this show for not doing something with his billions of dollars about how all that space he's got in the back. Sweep it over. Do a comb over. Do something.
Well, I mean, even the classic one is Donald Trump, right? Like, dude's got so much money, and he looks like he's just got, like, I don't know, like scrapings from a salon floor on top of his head.
It looks like he only exclusively frequents supercuts with the power out.
I feel like every billionaire has a bad haircut. I don't know if that's a requirement or it's like you get that much money and, like, your cares just go out the window for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Zuckerberg kind of did the right thing, the sensible thing, and just got rid of it. But when he had hair, it was a bad look.
Yeah, his hair looked like a Roman statue or something, you know? Like, Jeff Bezos just went bald too, right?
Yeah.
Elon Musk still has hair, but his isn't that great.
He went the other way. Yeah. He used to have less hair.
He got plugs for sure.
He 100% got plugs, but that's even worse. That's like when you buy a house and you go to do the landscaping, you have a blank canvas in front of you to spend money to craft it to look however you want. And he still chose to look like that.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Today's word is absquatulate. Yeah, I think that's it. Absquatulate.
All right.
ABSQUATULATE. Absquatulate. And it's flee or abruptly leave. So I think that's kind of like get to the chopper type thing. Yeah. That's about it. Anyways, have a great one. Cheers.
I want to say something right off the bat. Absquatulate sounds like a weird CrossFit workout, doesn't it?
Yes. This morning before work, I would 100% went to the gym and absquatulated all over the place.
Also saying I absquatulated sounds really weird.
It doesn't imply, because, it's I looked it up, dictionary.com. It's from the early 1800s, and I get why it didn't make it the next 200 years.
Absquatulate also sounds like an old 80s wrestler, like... The Absquatulate.
The Absquatulator. He would have just like really plain trunks and like a mask with some like horns on it or something.
Yeah.
And he would come out to really foreboding music and he would lose in like 9 seconds.
Actually, a great name for a finisher in wrestling because it's to leave. So
That's right. I'm in a hurry to get out of here, so I hit him with the Absquatulate and I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, you can just use it if you're ever piecing on someone and be like, just catch him off guard. I'm going to Absquatulate.
Dude, hit him with the classic Canadian, right? You're all sitting on the couch at the party. You do the old double thigh slap. Well, I'm going to Absquatulate.
Time to get Absquatulating. Hey, you're old man Absquatulated. Sorry, too soon.
No, it's been about 35 years. I'd say you're good.
Absquatulated for some milk and never came back. Absquatulate. I can't even say it. Absquatulate.
Absquatulate.
Use it wherever you can.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store. With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.